Hi, we're Bainbridge Prepares in the Bainbridge Island Medical Reserve Corps, and we're going to talk about N95 Fit Testing. Here's what we're going to cover. Preparing your environment and your supplies, COVID screening, pre-test fitting, the sensitivity test, which is the first part, the fit test itself. We're going to spend a minute on mask braces, and then we're going to talk about cleanup. A few disclaimers before we get farther into the presentation. First is that this information is for qualitative fit testing, not quantitative. I'll let you do some research on the difference between the two of them, but we're going to cover qualitative fit testing only. We are also not going to look at the OSHA medical evaluation that some practices require you to fill out before doing any qualitative fit testing. And last but not least, the video is not endorsed by 3M. It's merely representative of how we do things on Bainbridge Island for our medical professionals. Okay, let's start with taking a look at the environment that you're going to be doing your fit testing in. You're going to want a well-ventilated open space, and if possible, fans that are directing air to the outside through a window or some other exit way. You're going to want to create a negative pressure environment if you can. You're also going to want COVID screening equipment. We use a pulse oximeter, a forehead thermometer, as well as a screening checklist. And you're also going to want to have on hand cleaning and sanitation supplies, both for the fit test recipients as well as for cleaning your own equipment. In terms of the fit testing equipment that you'll need for the fit testing itself, you'll need one or more hoods, can liners or disposable hoods, and I'll get into why I suggest that in a moment. Nebulizers, a minimum of 2. Fit testing solution, either bitter solution or the sweet solution. And you'll need both a sensitivity and a fit test solution. And the fit test is much more concentrated than the sensitivity solution. If you got a kit, you also receive instructions as well as a reading sheet for a certain step of the test, the fit test, and optional but blank respiratory fit test records for offices to take back with them. And here's a quick picture of what your fit test equipment should look like. Your hoods, your nebulizers, your solution, your instruction sheet. Take the nebulizers and pour about a teaspoonful of solution into each of them. So one for sensitivity and one for fit solution. And make sure, if they're not already, that they're labeled which is which. You'll know you have the nebulizer set up properly if you squeeze them and you notice a small mist coming out of them. So one of the realities of fit testing during COVID-19 is that we have to assume everyone is or pre-symptomatic. So when both our testers and our subjects arrive, we hand sanitize or we wash hands. We do temperature checks, we read pulse oximeter ratings, and we do the latest symptom checks and use a checklist for those.
You remember how to work that, right?
Here we have
It's
Simon
a
and
funky-
Aaron doing a screening, a typical screening that we do for
Love
our
it.
fit test subjects.
Any loss of sense or smell? No. Any sense of smell? Any loss of sense or smell? Okay. No cough, shortness of breath? No. No gastrointestinal issues? No. Have you signed the waiver?
Yes.
Yes. And have masks been supplied?
Yes.
They will be. Yeah. Okay, great. All right, come on in.
So before any formal testing, you're going to want to do an informal fit test of the mask that the subject has brought. So with that mask on, you're going to want to check for fit around the nose, under the chin, and on the sides of the mouth. You're going to want to mold the nose piece to the nose, if possible, if it has one. And you're going to want to do an informal fit check. So put glasses on. Does the mask allow the glasses to fog up significantly? You may get a little bit on a well-fitting mask, but you should not get a lot. And when breathing in, do you feel cool air around any portion of the mask? Here I'm just showing a few examples of how we check to see if a mask is sized properly before putting anybody underneath the hood. So we take a little coffee stirrer and we poke around the nose, or we look under the chin from behind and we take a look there. As you're using a mask in normal everyday operation, whether you've been fit tested with it or not, you should be able to tell whether or not it's fitting you properly. You should be able to reduce the number of smells that you smell, the odors that you smell on a normal basis. So keep that in mind, before and after fit test, to make sure that your masks are protecting you properly. Okay, assuming the mask passes the informal fit test, you're going to move on to the next, which is the sensitivity test. So in COVID, we actually use disposable can liners for this step, so that we minimize the use of the normal hood for just the mask on fit tests. So we open up a can liner, we cut a little hole in it, and you'll see this on the next video. And then keeping the nebulizer steady and upright, with the patient, the subject under the can liner, we squeeze up to 10 puffs of solution. If the solution is tasted or smelled, note the puff count. And you continue with 10 puffs each time up to 30 until some odor or taste is registered. If after 30 puffs no taste or smell is registered, then the subject needs to use a different sensitivity solution for testing. So if they've used bitter and they don't taste bitter, they're going to need to switch to sweet, and vice versa. Between tests, you're going to want the subject to maybe take a little small break or cleanse the palate with a little bit of water to prevent sort of skewed, lingering effects from one test to another.
Have a seat. What is this? Oh, plastic bag. All right. So first thing, am I meant to talk through this?
You can.
Okay. First thing we're going to do is test your sensitivity to the solution. Unfortunately, that means putting a plastic bag on here. Mainly because it's disposable. So first thing, we're going to go like this, and if you can just hold it loosely there, and then I have to grab scissors.
Yep.
I can't see what's coming out. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So first thing, sorry, as you suffocated over here. So loosely hold it. I'm just going to make a little snip. And then with the sensitivity one, I'm going to do these puffs through the hole, and you're going to open your mouth. There it is. And you're going to open your mouth for me and breathe normally. Yep.
Yep.
Straight away? Yep. Okay, good. Let's take that off. Yeah. All right.
Once the sensitivity test is complete, you're going to move on to the fit test itself. So with the subject wearing the mask that they want to be fit tested for, you're going to want to put the standard hood over their head. And you're going to want to start a series of steps to essentially test the quality and the filtration capacity of that mask. So you're going to want to begin step 1 with the same count of puffs that registered from the sensitivity test. So if they had 10 puffs, then you're going to want to puff 10 fit test solution puffs into the hood. And with each subsequent step, you're going to want to have that. So if you started with 10 puffs, you're going to switch to 5 for each subsequent step. You're going to want to wait a minimum 30 to 60 seconds between steps. And if the subject smells or tastes anything during any step, they have failed and the test is terminated. And here are those steps. Step 1, normal breathing. Step 2, deep breathing. Step 3, turning the head from side to side. Step 4, moving head up and down. Step 5, talking or reading a set of music lyrics or the rainbow passage that may have come with your kit. Just something that will allow somebody to talk for about 30 seconds. And then step 6 is bending over.
Yes. Okay, so same thing as before. Just going 2, 3, 4, 5. And you wait 30 seconds. You just breathe normally. We cut out the 30 seconds part.
Maybe.
Okay, is that all right?
Yeah.
I mean, for real?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to get you to turn your head from side to side.
Well, no. So the first one was normal breathing. Second one is deep breathing. Is that what you just did?
Oh, yes. Okay. So now, deep breathing. Hold on with my cheat sheet. Good shoulder action too. Simulate deep breathing.
This is the lady that you want doing the deep breathing.
Okay, good. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Now it's going to be side to side.
Okay. You can start now and do this.
I taste it now.
Finally
Okay.
taste it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We're keeping going.
Just keep going, but switch to the sensitivity, just so we're not blasting her.
So we know that that doesn't work. Okay, so same thing now, but head up and down.
I taste it.
Yeah. Well, the squid the mask has come out from underneath the brace. But we'll just keep going, and we can just pretend.
Okay, we've done that one. Is it stand up next?
So
Read passage. It is.
yeah. So next is talking. So reading the.
So what I'm going to do, if you stand up for me, put this here. We're going to get you to bend over. And all this simulates working environment, is the idea of it. So we're going to get you to bend over and read the City Rainbow passage. Do these first.
When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act like a prism and form a rainbow. A rainbow is a division of white light into many beautiful colors. These take the shape of a long round arch, which its path high above and its two ends apparently beyond the horizon. There is, according to legend, a boiling pot of gold at one end. People look, but no one ever finds it. When a man looks for something beyond reach, his friends say he is looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Okay?
Okay.
So, And then we normally finish strictly with another normal breathing.
Yeah.
So about 2 months into our fit testing, we began to explore mask braces because we realized that in order to pass a fit test, a mask needs two properties to be high quality. One is the filtration material itself needs to be to prevent moisture and droplets and small particles from getting past it. But then the seal of that mask around the face is just as important because air is looking for a way in, and if it can't go through the mask, it'll go around it. And so we started exploring mask braces to take care of the second issue, getting a proper face seal. So here are 3 examples of mask braces. On the left is a simple nylon stocking cut and tied in such a way to essentially seal the nose area and the chin area. In the middle is what's called a Bellis frame. It's a custom scan 3D printed frame. It's actually pretty easy to make, and I'll put more information about these in the video notes. It creates a very good seal. I'd say the only drawbacks we've heard is that comfort can be an issue for long-term wear, and it can be brittle. It's the 3D printing filament that's used can sometimes break after a few wearings. On the right is our new favorite called the Elastic Mask Brace. It's a silicone product made by the Fix the Mask team, and we have a number of dental clinics and doctor clinics in the county that are testing those for mass production. A few things you'll notice after you do a number of fit tests is that you may not have a high percentage pass rate among any style of mask. We found that there are big differences between masks that work with men's faces and masks that work with women's faces. And so if we could find a mask that worked on over 50% of an office or a clinic, we consider that a success. So you may have to experiment with a few different types of masks with the folks that you're fit testing. The other thing that we noticed is that anything that is not secured by the head, over the head, will almost certainly fail. So ear loop style N95s or KN95s will almost certainly fail. The next thing is comfort is key. So we want something that will protect you not just for a 5 to 10 minute fit test, but for something that you may have to wear for 8 hours a day. And so keep that in mind when you are testing out masks and all that is. Just because it passes a fit test doesn't mean that somebody will enjoy wearing it for a long period of time. So it may take some trial and error to get a set of masks that you like. And the other thing is think beyond N95s. So N100s, PN95s, some KN95s, and some surgical masks can be good alternatives to N95s. A lot of them, though, only work with the braces that I mentioned in the previous slides. So some housekeeping notes here. So between every individual you fit test, spray and wipe down the hood with the alcohol solution, a low odor, hopefully alcohol solution. And then at the end of your fit test session, rinse out the nebulizers with distilled water preferably, and give a good wipe around the nebulizer plastic nozzle.
So they actually know.
Fantastic.
A note about equipment. So if you are having trouble getting either hoods or fit test solution, you can email us at fittesting@bainbridgeprepares.org. We have partnered with a local company to create replacement hoods, and we have partnered with a chemist to create our own fit test solution, bitter fit test solution. In terms of nebulizers, which is the other key component of a fit testing kit, we have had luck going on eBay and searching for Devil Bisque nebulizers. And you've seen in these videos how they look. You're going to want a portable nebulizer, and they run about $40 to $60. And remember, you're going to need 2 of them. So good luck. If you have any questions, you're welcome to reach me at lauren@bainbridgeprepares.org. Thank you.